Welcome to today's episode where we celebrate one of America's most beloved actors, Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford has been well known for his performances in his action-driven films such as playing Indiana Jones in the Indiana Jones saga and Han Solo in the Star Wars films.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
They have been two successful franchises that have given Harrison some other opportunities for other action roles. However, he also proved to be a wonderful actor by even starring in experimental sci-fi movies, such as Ridley Scott's 1982 sci-fi cult favorite, Blade Runner.
He say you Blade Runner.
Tell him I'm eating.
Through this video, we will be paying tribute to this unforgettable actor and his very long and successful career over many decades. 1970s. Harrison Ford was born on July 13, 1942 in Chicago, Illinois. He attended Ripon College in the state of Wisconsin. He also took some minor acting roles in film and television. Despite the fact that he was trying to break into the entertainment industry, he was also a carpenter.
Hey, you're supposed to be the fast thing in the valley, man, but that can't be your car. It must be your mama's car.
Around the early 1970s, he landed a small part in George Lucas's film American Graffiti. This was after the famous sci-fi director made his powerful debut film, THX 1138, which was produced by Francis Ford Coppola. Coppola also had his name attached to American Graffiti. However, Coppola also offered Ford to star in the 1974 mystery thriller The Conversation.
Don't get involved in this, Mr. Cole. Those tapes are dangerous. You heard him. You know what I mean.
5 years later, he played a colonel in the 1979 war film Apocalypse Now. However, during the 1970s, he achieved mainstream success when he reunited with George Lucas to make Star Wars in 1977. The role could have belonged to Al Pacino or any other actor. However, Harrison Ford was fortunate enough to also reprise his role as Han Solo for two more sequels, The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
Chewie! I can't see, pal. What's going on?
1980s. Around the early 1980s, famous director Steven Spielberg collaborated with Harrison Ford as the actor starred as Indiana Jones, the famous archaeologist and adventurer in Raiders of the Lost Ark. The film also spawned two other sequels in the 1980s, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Our situation has not improved.
Listen, Dad.
All of the Indiana Jones films in the 1980s were also produced by George Lucas. Indiana Jones became an interesting hero who is witty, smart, and has a likable persona with a hunger for adventure, as he tries to find prized possessions that are supposed to belong in the museum. In the early 1980s, Blade Runner was released. Harrison Ford played Rick Deckard, a retired cop who returns to his old job to hunt androids who are on the run.
All those moments will be lost in time.
The film did not receive the praise that it was looking for, since average filmgoers and film critics thought it was too grim and lacked action. However, it was appreciated for its philosophical messages of mortality that correlates to both humans and androids. Around 1985, he starred in the film Witness and played a homicide detective from the city who hides in a small Amish setting. His performance earned him an Oscar nomination for Best Actor. In 1986, Harrison Ford starred in the drama The Mosquito Coast. 2 years later, he starred in the thriller Frantic. In the same year, he starred in the comedy Working Girl.
Can I get you anything, Mr. Trainer? Coffee, tea, me?
Isn't she right? That'll be all.
1990s. In the new decade, Harrison Ford attempts to explore different realms of movie genres as well as perform his action-driven roles. In 1990, he took a dramatic role in Presumed Innocent. A year later, he starred in Regarding Henry.
Come on, man, say it.
Ritz.
Ritz.
And a year later, he starred as a CIA agent named Jack Ryan in Patriot Games, based on the Tom Clancy novel. 2 years later, he reprised his role in Clear and Present Danger.
I didn't kill my wife!
I don't care!
Before the Jack Ryan sequel, he starred in the TV-show-based film The Fugitive. He played Dr. Richard Kimball, a man who was wrongly accused of killing a man. The film was directed by Andrew Davis. The film got nominated for several Academy Awards, including Best Picture. However, the film took home the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor because of Tommy Lee Jones' portrayal of Samuel Gerald, the FBI agent who chases the suspect. He once again returned to the romantic comedy genre by starring in Sabrina. He also returned to the action genre by starring in the summer hit movie Air Force One.
U.S. fighters, this is Air Force One. We are under attack. Where the hell are you?
Air Force One, this is Halo Flight, closing on your position.
2000s. In the year 2000, Harrison Ford starred in the horror thriller What Lies Beneath, which was directed by Robert Zemeckis. In 2005, he starred in the modest thriller movie Firewall. He made a great comeback for the audience since Steven Spielberg and George Lucas had reunited with each other by making the fourth Indiana Jones movie, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
I like Ike.
Put down gun.
You got it, pal.
The film did well at the box office. The 2000s proved that Harrison Ford still has a talent for starring in action films and having the capability of wowing audiences. The 2010s and beyond. In 2010, he starred in the drama Extraordinary Measures. In the same year, he took a comedic role in the movie Morning Glory with the actress Rachel McAdams.
Because you refuse to do it, Mike. Yes, it's beneath you.
Well, it's tough to get between you and a sausage, so.
Sausage, that's a good one.
A year later, he starred in Jon Favreau's Cowboys and Aliens. 2 years later, he starred in the thriller Paranoia. During the same year, he played as the innovative baseball executive Branch Rickey for the biopic 42, which focused on the life of the legendary baseball player Jackie Robinson.
Take the field against Robinson in Philadelphia, and you answer that it's because he was a Negro, it may not be a sufficient reply.
The third film of 2013 was the action sci-fi film Ender's Game, which is based on Orson Scott Card's novel of the same name. It was a different role for Harrison Ford, since it was an action sci-fi movie that was intended for children. Harrison played a military officer who was put in the position to train young children to fight aliens. A year later, he appeared in the third installment of the Expendables series. Harrison Ford once again returned to his role as Han Solo in The Force Awakens.
Chewie. We're home.
Harrison also returned to his role as Rick Deckard in Blade Runner 2049. Ford also took it upon himself to provide voice work in the children's animated comedy movie The Secret Life of Pets 2. A year later, he appeared in The Call of the Wild, an adaptation of Jack London's novel of the same name.
Come on, Buck. Give us a song.
Maybe not.
He also did television work with the actress Helen Mirren in the TV series 1923, which was released in 2022. The show serves as a prequel to the show Yellowstone. In conclusion, Harrison Ford has recently turned 80 years old. He shows no signs of retiring from his acting career. He's had a wonderful acting career for more than 40 years. He will always have opportunities to impress his fans, whether he will reprise his roles from movie franchises that he was strongly a part of or star in fresh work. Harrison will continue to remind his fans how he will always be an action star and a performer who is open to exploring any category.